Bibia Aquaba Shonkoso, Ediaba, Ayagana Politics Avenue. Musum Guru, Mohammed Shadana, Yakwa, Yaribiba, Sanya, Yakano, Ayagana Politics Avenue. Rest will be as happen over to Media, so like a share, subscribe to the channel, and send away political trending news. They are called the Ebiano. Most of my dependents, some Yabijuma. Namne age Media, Abomini, political highways, no, a Sembibre, and I saw Aquacotti, and 70 anything. To see, I know a year MP form, you know, for the minority. Omoye NPP for our free member of parliament and our free parliament. Omo atro petition at the comma a Chief Justice Bafu Bonnie. Omo chimacho mobium say Chief Justice Bafu Bonnie a petition now mutra command and another petition we are mode brainy a for Jane Nana Mensa on Fentuno at the name EC boss no on the Joseph a Chief Justice in New Madia so on to Omadia so because they don't deserve to be there. Same way I shocking news. I'm a NPP form penning for Mote said now why would it be me? I said after now Chief Justice Bafu Bonnie and review or more a ding the part or the other to the HM will say Uncle Fuimo and Uncle Fuimo the petition about seeing a Jane Nana Mensa Adiaso with the OBBA. I say Mommy Uncle Chief Justice then was it.
In simple terms, yes. So you can see that because the Chief Justice has a lot of work, sometimes then there will be the tendency not to write lengthy rulings. Okay. But our Ghanaians, as we are now, we've evolved to that stage where it's the lengthy rulings we want to deal with. So today, if you Google, you see Akufo-Addo's long ruling. He gave his reasons, and we also went in there. The ones we agreed, we show excellent. So that's the standard. So it's becoming clear that this Article 146 proceedings, etc., are going to inundate the Chief Justice.
Is it the one that you want amended?
Yes, so we have to amend and relieve the Chief Justice of such work. Okay. So that the Ethics Commission that Professor H.K.C. Prempeh is suggested in his constitution, I mean, the committee is suggested, maybe we can give that work. Or set up a full commission for the Article 146 proceedings, things, so that they can give us detailed rulings. Because 5, 7 lines, 10 lines is not enough. This Ghana, where just like the way we have 34 million coaches, that's the way we have 34 million lawyers. Okay. 34 million lawyers waiting to read. When they see 10 lines, no, it's not enough.
Something detailed. Thank you.
Excellent.
This is reset gone bad. Reset gone bad. Hearing about Tikpebu saying that essentially what we have here is a setback is interesting. That this cannot be happening in Ghana. We're supposed to you that yesterday we had a better situation. You understand? Let's go back. Mr. President, bring back Justice Gertrude Tokono. This is a setback. By the analysis, it's a setback. Let's proceed in the direction that we're going. It's a setback. I'm saying, but no, we're doing educated guess. Is that not what? Yes. So I'm saying that by that educated guess, this is a setback. And it's very revealing. Okay? Now, my comment will be in twofold. First of all, this whole release of this no case against EC and special prosecutor, the first leg is that throw this in to muddy the situation against the cocoa matters. Quickly, just throw something there. Everybody say, oh yeah, but I didn't find any case, and therefore MPP, whatever. That's what. So its purpose is to stop us from talking about the cocoa. Okay, and thanks to you and the good relationship that you are forging ahead with Ghanaians to give them what they want to hear has made us speak about cocoa. Because if you look in the space today, your contemporary programs today, they are not discussing cocoa. They are discussing this. The objective has been achieved. So this one stamps up to TV3. You understand? So the truth of the matter is that this one is an agenda to put it out there to quench the cocoa matter, which is not going to go, because really the cocoa matter is a personal, everyday issue for the cocoa farmer. So that's not going to go. So the first thing is that it was an obstruction they threw out there, and it didn't work. And the reason it is an obstruction is that lawyer Martin Kpebu is a big guy. He's a big lawyer. A big lawyer. And Chief Justice should know that's lawyer Kpebu's petition. He has not dealt with that one. So why do you hurry up and bring this when you have not finished dealing with all the petitions? So what is likely to happen? He brought out about no case against special prosecutor, no case against EC. So, but then his petition is still outstanding. So what's going to happen to that petition? What will happen to your petition?
We are waiting for it.
You understand?
It will come out.
Yeah. So, but it's clearly not regular to do that, because you receive a certain number of petitions to do a certain amount of determination about two separate issues. You have not finished with all the petitions, but you have released your report.
Oh, just went later. So maybe he wants first in, first out. You see the queue.
But it's the same issue. Okay, so yours will be determined later. So we should wait for the special prosecutor to be removed when yours is considered. Yeah. So the point is that this is done because they wanted to disrupt the issue. But the point I am trying to wonder about is that...
Do you make an emphatic...
The point you have made, Prof, you made emphatic statements here when Akufo-Addo was in office, the kinds of things. In fact, I'm not going back, I'm just on the point. Well, my good professor and lawyer Kwebu.
You said you are going forward.
Yes, I'm going forward. You are here, so
because then I will respond.
Yeah, I'm coming. It's a point.
You reference a statement that was made by your chief scribe.
Yeah.
Does it represent the position of the party about the EC chair and her deputy?
Just put that point on ice. What I'm trying to say is that...
Why hold on.
He's taking me back.
Does it, because in the midst of that, you try to clarify the position.
Yeah, I'll clarify it.
Does it represent the position of the party?
I'll clarify, but I'm just saying that, listening to Lawyer Kwebu and Prof. Jampo today, I wonder if they know President Mahama is the one in government. They are still talking about Akufo-Addo. You understand? Okay. They should deal with President Mahama the way they dealt with Akufo-Addo. The integrity matters. And I think on this matter, on this law thing, I think the people is coming along. But Prof. Jampo, I'm expecting on this Cocoa matter, he was all over the place talking about MPP. I'm not going back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's not talking about MPP as if President Akufo-Addo.
But you see, you have to appreciate the problem, the cause of the problem, and you tell the cause of the problem that it does not lie in your mouth.
No.
You don't destroy something. Somebody is fixing
the cause is in opposition.
Listen. The cause is not in office.
But your mouth
you don't tell the problem, and when somebody is fixing it, you become the one detecting how the person
we are on this one. We are on this one.
Yes. So when I'm saying defecate on yourself, leave the place smelly, and then somebody is wiping your mess, and then you are saying that you are detecting how the person is.
You are supposed to wipe it. You say you can wipe it.
Please. So when it is being wiped, you don't detect.
You campaign for the person who said he will wipe it. Now he has come, he can't wipe it, and you are talking about the person you said could not wipe it. So what does that make the person who has come now?
But you are detecting how he does the wiping, and I'm saying that is unfair.
Prof, it's okay. No, but you are the one who campaigned for him. He said he can wipe it. He has come, he can't wipe it. Tell him he said you wipe it.
You are detecting how he wipes it.
But you should tell him. You should tell him. But you campaigned for him. So you should tell President Mahama you messed up by doing what you have done. You can say, why are you talking about MPP?
It doesn't lie in your mouth to detect how the wiping.
No,
it doesn't lie in your mouth.
In fact, the point is that we could have just talked about Cocoa.
No.
But we'll talk about this. Yeah, we'll talk about this. But I'm just saying that. Just so my good professor gets back on point. What we have before us is a government that is supposed to be delivering for our country. When they are doing it well, let's say. When they are not doing it well, let's say. But let's not be talking yesterday as if Akufo-Addo is saying government. When the campaign you did led to us losing power. So now today we have a government that must deliver for Ghanaians. Okay. That government is not delivering for farmers. And we are talking to that. I'm coming to that, right
it has
to that
nothing
point.
To do
so
with
if you don't come to the studio and talking as if Akufo-Addo is still in government and forget that the government that is there today is failing. That's the point.
Okay.
You should talk about the failure of the government because it affects all of us. So do that. So the point is that this whole EC matter is much ado about nothing.
No, I asked a specific question.
Yeah.
Your general secretary made a statement.
He didn't speak for the party.
Okay.
It was not the party position to be communicated. He said his bit. You understand? MPP didn't say that we want J.Mensah to go. We didn't say that. You understand? By the way, the NDC in opposition says that J.Mensah would go. In fact, they said she would go. Why is she not gone? Because it's the law. You have to go by process. And that process begins with the Chief Justice. And the Chief Justice says he doesn't see any wrongdoing. It's not anybody's place to say that he must go. Somehow, Lawyer Martin Kwebu thinks that they must go. Personalizing the issue and say, oh, what is in Dr. Bosmasari's head that is not in my own professor's head. That's not the point. Prof. Japo can do a better, splendid job. But the point is that before you remove whoever is there to come and get Prof. Japo to come and do the job, you must go by law. And unless the law allows for that to be done, you can't force it just because you want it. So Lawyer Martin Kwebu's appeal to emotion to get the Chief Justice to revisit the petitions and do otherwise, for me, is neither here nor there. But we are just watching. The point I want to make, which is confirmed by Chief Justice Bafubodi's position on this, the no case finding that is brought to us, is that Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Tokonu, there was no case against her to begin with.
That's how you see this?
Absolutely. There was no case. But somehow President Mahama, with the interests and the political motive they had coming into office, engineered a removal. Chief Justice Bafubodi, based on what? Because when we're campaigning in 2024 and the utterances of the NDC, who, between Chief Justice and EC, who do you think the NDC wanted to remove more?
But if you
understand, they wanted to remove the EC. There was no evidence of them wanting to remove Chief Justice. But they came and saw that the agenda would not materialize if the Chief Justice was there. So they went and fabricated matters, things that were not on the scale to be considered a misconduct.
But if you read the Chief Justice, the letter that was written,
coming against the good counsel of the Ghana Bar Association, the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, saying that what you are doing is not proper. When you say, they come and tell you, oh, where in Article 146 have they gone wrong? Article 146 is a procedural thing, is a law that provides for a certain action to be taken, right? But the motive that you activate is not accounted for in 146. Okay. So their motive, by all means, engineered by the petitions they have come, and by President Mahama, being the man with whom the buck stops, determined that they must go. There's a case. So was it. But Justice Bafubodi says there was no case. So if you bring today, if you take the petition sent to President Mahama for the removal of Chief Justice Tokonu, Justice Bafubodi, perhaps by this standard, we say no, there's no case.
I see. But in any case,
we are not too long.
Details of the petition.
I'm saying that. But the political narrative about EC, you see what the lawyer was saying? I'm just saying I don't have to see it, but I know what is perhaps in there based on the NDC narrative.
I see.
You understand? So right now, what we ought to be doing in Ghana is to appeal to President and say, look, it's not too late. We've offended Justice Tokonu. The fabricated petitions and all the flimsy stuff that were manufactured and magnified to mean misconduct.
That's why I said
ought to be reversed.
I asked
and
if you have seen the details of the petition, and so you haven't seen it.
Which petition?
So on what basis are you saying that?
Which petition?
I'm
talking about the Chief Justice petition. The cases. We had the details of it. She hasn't done. I'm saying that she hasn't done anything that is on the scale of a remover of a misconduct. Based on the standard that must be met. I'm telling you, hold on. Let's not go into that. I'm just telling you that.
Standard is that?
I'm just saying that the high standard that Justice Bafubodi has set,
which is
to say that the offense or maybe the claim made against the officer must be egregious enough to constitute a basis for the removal. You understand? So what they brought against Chief Justice Tokonu does not measure up. And that's why the Ghana Bar Association says, so please don't proceed. Even what constitutes misconduct is not properly defined.
All right, so
it's not properly defined in light of Article Z296. It's not properly defined.
Here's what I'm bringing.
So right now, what the president ought to do is to say that let's bring back Justice Gertrude Tokonu, because in fact, he still have case I think it's a Commonwealth court or even in our court, trying to challenge
that's your expectation.
Vein removal.
So I'm reading this letter that the presidency wrote to one of the petitioners. A part of it says, and I quote, And this, they are referencing the Chief Justice's letter on the 26th of January. While the allegations raise serious constitutional and administrative questions, according to the Chief Justice, they do not, on their face, meet the threshold required for prima facie determination of stated misbehavior or incompetence warranting that the next stage of a committee being set up to inquire into the petition actually even happens. So the petition largely rests, based on the verdict of the Chief Justice, on conclusions of unlawfulness and bad faith without establishing at a preliminary level clear facts demonstrating intentional wrongdoing.
Good.
Would you subscribe to that proposal of this getting further and better particulars as to why this conclusion was reached?
Well, it is important to be informed so we can speak to the issues and the facts and relate it to law. So the details will be necessary. Notwithstanding that, I pointed to you the anomalies as presented to us. I'm not saying because I haven't seen the petitions, but the anomalies as you have related to us because of the ambiguities in the persons being petitioned against and for what reasons. And trust me, if you go through the petitions, you will not see the same wording of the parties petitioning in the petitions. So that is why it is important to look at it and see on which grounds are they petitioning against. But it looks like it is an omnibus thing, petitioning against either the whole institution of EC or some of them together and others on their own. That is the difficulty I have. But if you look at all that under Article 146, it is.
Yankopon show be your J.Mensah Jumadi. It will be a say how many Ghana politics avenue. So Tani send the air and send a mojibre at the share and Yankopon show be a measure say up in our wood Robert Jumadi is one answer or shoot Media redum purpose like Mount Yanum, the share Mount now for Ocean for sentiment Kajumadia, Yedi or Yankopon show be a half on the Ghana politics avenue. A plum coin some information. So on some cabins or partial comment section or sending a bell on betting no idea won't be down here. We don't be asking Macramon so.